lots of sleep at night. Mind your mom and daddy, 'cause they know what is right. Lots of exercise each day and eat up all your food. And always wear a great big smile, it makes you look so good. Be sure to look both left and right before you cross the street. And be with us tomorrow at 9 when it's T-Bar V Ranch time.
Randy Atcher was Louisville's singing cowboy. He came by the title at a time when television was in its infancy. The year was 1950. Randy quickly became a daily face on this new medium. T-Bar V Ranch was his television home at WHAS TV. It was a daily chance for kids from the area to join Randy and Cactus and celebrate birthdays. The show ran for 20 years. Generations were raised on the T-Bar V theme and Randy's friendly manner. He was 83 when he died, but he was always ready to be the singing cowboy right to the end.
During the holiday season 1998, Randy graciously accepted our invitation for him to host some of our holiday programming here on 19.
At that time, we had an opportunity to talk with him about his life and his career.
Well, Randy showed up, hat, boots, and guitar, ready to be the singing cowboy.
It's Randy Atcher remembered.
And we're honored to have Randy Atcher with us on Christmas Eve.
Well, yeah, Merry Christmas Eve to you.
Thank to you.
It's a pleasure to be
Randy.
here.
You spent Christmas with a whole lot of people that are out there watching, and you were saying before we went on the air that from the earliest date, T-Bar V went on the air when?
March 27th, 1950.
So that means that some of those kids that were on with you could be in their 60s now.
Right, because in the early days we didn't have an age thing, so some of them were 10, 11, 12, 14, 13, 14, and a 14-year-old would now be 64, you know.
Now,
So you were, sometimes there was no tape back then.
No.
It was all live.
So it was live.
About almost the first 10 years.
So Christmas and Christmas Eve landed in the middle of the week, you were on.
You had T-Bar V, yeah, it was on no matter what.
So you had kids in there on Christmas Day? Christmas Eve?
Yeah. Yeah, that seems a long time ago now, and it really was a long time ago.
How many kids do you figure you've had on for birthday wishes?
Well, they kept account of it. You may remember Jim Sheehy.
Jim Sheehy,
yeah,
yes.
well, Jim was sort of in charge of that, and he told us that over 153,000, there was another number, 153,000, 200 or 300, but I don't remember the hundreds, but so over 153,000 kids.
Now, one of the things that folks may not know, that you may think there is this huge library of T-Bar Vs that we can all go back and look at. Tell us the sad story.
I wish there were. Just almost weekly, someone will call and want to know if they could get the copy of when they were on T-Bar V. There was not even one complete T-Bar V show kept. As a matter of fact, neither that nor the Hayloft Hoedown program, which was on.
So there is not one complete show?
No.
That is so sad.
No. There are a few little excerpts, but not one. It's a shame because I know the people who were on would love to see themselves when they were poor.
Well, now, name me a couple of names that we would recognize that were on the show.
Well, of course, the ex-mayor was on.
Jerry Abramson.
Jerry Abramson, yeah, he was on.
My husband was on.
Huh?
My husband
Tom
was
was
on
on.
in his cowboy outfit.
I was on. Steve Bergen over at Channel 32 was on. And you said Bill Samuels, Maker's Mark, was
Yes,
still
right, he was on. And just the other day I was at a sort of a wedding reception, and there was a Father John Burke there. He was on.
We know him.
He was on T-Bar V. So
That's great.
a lot of people were on, and it's just wonderful that they remember it so well.
Randy, we're going to start the movie here, but we'd like you to stay around, and on the next break, after we get the movie started, we're going to get you to entertain folks.
Well, first we're going to do some music.
T-Bar V Ranch time. Hello, boys and girls, and everybody. Hello, Cac. Hello.
Well, it started from radio, actually. It was a radio show, so it was really a carryover.
Okay.
And they just added the birthday cake, which was, in most cases, a decorated piece of plywood, And the kids liked Randy and Cactus, and they became a fixture. Now, that went on for 20 years. I knew that if I could get on the show, I would get a pickup a little fee. None of us got much money in those days. or even today for that matter. So I devised a character. I thought there ought to be a little, you know, an evil guy in there, not enough to scare the kids. So I came up with this idea of being the old style, time to the railroad tracks villain.
It is I, the incredible evil and notorious Squire McSneer in disguise.
Well, now, I've heard of pie baking and pie eating, but how do you push a pie?
It's all in the shoulder. It's all in the shoulder. And I want you to look closely. So you flex the deltoid muscle like this, see?
Yes.
You watching closely?
I see the
Yeah,
shoulder.
Right, that's how you do it.
Well, I'll tell you. You know what? Personally, I like the old-fashioned way.
How's that?
Well, see, the old-fashioned way, we throw them.
I'll get you, or my name ain't. And Randy and Cactus, you know, even though they were talking to children, they were kindly, non-threatening people. But they would always go for a laugh, too. If something funny happened with a kid, they would joke, or if they knew the kid's parent or something like that. And then Randy would sing. That's always good. He was, you know, always had his acoustic guitar. Then later years, he would play gigs with his son, Mark. So it was a real heritage. We would go to lunch after he retired from his program of T-Bar-V and Hayloft Hoedown, and a lot of us would go to lunch. And he was just like that, you know, around a lunch table as he was at work, pleasant. And he married a very lovely person, too. Ironically, he married the widow of a Alan Blankenbaker, a very sweet-natured fellow who had been the art director for TV. He did the sets and so forth. And he died at an early age. And I think Randy's wife had died. And it was a very nice union. And they lived a lovely life together. Very nice people, Betty and Randy Atcher. And he liked to play golf. They read at the Printing House for the Blind and did a good job. As a matter of fact, he surprised a lot of people. He was more than just a singing cowboy. He was a good announcer. Oh, I think he made a pleasant impact on many people who are growing up who give them a nice vision of what their youth was. You know, not every day, but, you know, they tuned in and watched.
Now, we're going to have some live in-studio entertainment here. Randy, it wouldn't be Christmas without a traditional Santa Claus song.
Okay, well, how about Santa Claus is coming to town?
Well, that's
Randy.
tonight.
For all the young ones out there. You better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Very good, Randy.
Sound just like you did 50 years ago.
Oh, that's nice of you
Just
to
a
say
few
that.
hours from now, Santa will be making his rounds.
Yes, it won't be long.
You were telling me, every time we chat, I found out something else I didn't know. You appeared with your brother
And
and
sister-in-law.
sister-in-law on WBBM in Chicago
In
and on
Chicago.
CBS Radio.
Yes, right. This was in 1940 and part of 41. And we were on, Wrigley Spearmint Gum, you know, was one of the big sponsors at that time. And so we were on CBS with Ben Burney's orchestra, the Atcher Trio, and we sang Western songs. And it was very popular at that time, you know. And I mentioned we were on the tour when the war came along, you know, and we were in Akron, Ohio, and that Sunday and my birthday is December 7th, so it's easy to remember. And they said the Japs attacked Pearl Harbor, so 3 or 4 days later I left the troop and joined the Air Force. And was in the Air Force for about 5 years. So.
And you came out as a captain?
Yes.
Hold some time in the Pacific.
3.5 years in the South Pacific, yeah.
With the Air Transport Command.
Yeah. They used to call us the Country Club of the Pacific. The first thing we'd do is build an officers club. Put up a tent for the officers.
And you could sing too.
From what I understand, WHAS had a choice. They were looking at singing cowboys, and they had a choice between Randy, who had worked there in radio as an announcer, and this other fellow whose wife happened to work there. Her name was Dale Evans, and Roy Rogers was looking for a job as a TV singing cowboy or a singing cowboy in the movies, and the powers that be at that time chose Randy, and that forced Roy to go out west, and Dale quit working for radio, and they moved west, and he made a career in the movies. So we have Randy to thank for Roy Rogers, or I guess we have Roy Rogers to thank for having Randy.
I knew Gene Autry. He was here in Louisville in 1934 on WHAS radio. I was on with my brother Bob at that time also, so I got to know him. He was here for a couple of months, and then he left and went to Hollywood to make pictures.
Randy was one of the easiest people to work with as a true celebrity in Louisville. You know, Randy wasn't a huge celebrity nationwide, although he certainly had people all over the country who knew of him. Randy was a joy to work with. I will remember Randy in a couple of ways. Randy epitomized, if you remember the Lone Ranger on TV, the Lone Ranger had the Lone Ranger code, how a Lone Ranger should act. And, you know, those were simple things like be kind to other people, you know, help strangers, be respectful of your parents. The words to the T-Bar-B thing, you know, brush your teeth each morning, get lots of sleep at night. Those are the things that epitomize Randy. He always wore his hat. He always wore he drove a big white Cadillac because that was a cowboy car. And so I'll always remember that Randy lived what he stood for. You know, Randy was the kind of person that you could look up to, you could count on. He showed you that you could be kind and strong at the same time.
Joining us for the first part of this evening of Christmas Eve, Randy Atcher.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be here, and you know, we were, as you said, I do have to go home and wrap a few packages before tomorrow, but many of the people remember the old T-Bar-V Happy Birthday song. And it can be adapted just about to anything, you know. So at this time of the year, I usually do it this way. Merry, Merry Christmas, may all your dreams come true. Merry, Merry Christmas from all of us to you. May you have Merry Christmases all your whole life through. Merry, Merry Christmas to you.
Very good. Let me ask you about the T-Bar, what we call the T-Bar-B song, that melody. You wrote that.
Yes. Way back in about 1952 or 3, we needed some songs that were different. You had to pay for use of songs that were on, so I just decided that I would write some. You remember the opening song was, howdy, howdy, boys and girls, it's T-Bar-V Ranch time. And that was the start of it. And then I just sort of took the same melody and made it the birthday song and the brush your teeth song, and everybody seems to remember.
And you hold the copyright on that.
Yes,
That's your music.
Right.
Okay, now you also did the Hayloft Hoedown.
Yeah, the Hayloft Hoedown opening
Can you give us a couple of bars of that?
Well, let's see. Come on, everybody, all join in the fun. Lots of songs and dancing, fun for everyone. Hear the fiddles ringing, guitars are keeping time. Come on, everybody, 'cause it's Hayloft Hoedown time.
And about that time, the announcer would say, from WHAS, it's the Hayloft Hoedown with Randy Atcher, Cactus, and Shorty Chesser, and Tiny Toenail. Cast of thousands.
Yeah,
and you hold the copyright on that, too.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the closing song for the Hoedown. The time has come to say goodnight. Good night, good night, but we'll be here next Friday. Until then, good night, and
The
so
whole
on.
gang would be out there together
Right,
when you closed it out. Do you see do you see Judy Marshall much?
Not much, but some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crusade time, I know you get together.
Usually, and then sometimes in between, she and her husband have a place down in Florida, and we stopped to see them a few times down there. And she and Joanne Hale both were
Yes.
on the Hoedown for
Yes.
quite a few years. Judy came in when she was about 15, I believe, when she first started on the Hoedown. It's a real pleasure to be here with you
Randy,
all on Christmas Eve.
You made our Christmas Eve for stopping
Well,
by.
I feel sort of the same way that you all kind of made my Christmas.
Well, thank you very much.
We talk about gifts, and you are truly a gift to this community.
Yes,
and
you
I
are.
mean that.
Thank you
And
very
you're very
much.
humble, and that's the beautiful part.
Thank you.
of
I
it.
appreciate that very much.
Come on, everybody, all join in the fun. Lots of songs and wine for everyone. Hear the fiddles ringing, guitars to keep in time. Come on, everybody, 'cause it's Hayloft Hoedown time.
I'm so glad I had an opportunity to meet and work with someone so many years that was that special. He's just such a nice, good person. Wonderful, you know, and I'm really telling you this truthfully from the heart. I have never met anyone that was the same all the time. I mean, what you saw on television is the way he was in his private life. I never did see him lose his temper with anyone. You know, working or with the fans. You know, we did a lot of the shows years ago, county fairs and state fairs, and everybody wanted to rush up to see him, and he always took time for them, and just was always so patient and kind. He was such a loving man. You know, you don't find those qualities too often.
My first remembrance of Randy, it had to be when I went to work for WHAS, staff vocalist in 1961, and part of my duties on staff there was to do a lot of the musical shows that we had on radio and TV then, and I became a part of Hayloft Hoedown right away, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and you know, we did that through up until about 1970, when the live music went off the air. But that was when I first met him and became part of the group. And during those years, he also did a 5-night-a-week radio show, which I was a part of. So, you know, we've known each other a long time. He was the best. I mean, you just couldn't do anything wrong. I mean, Randy just guided you, and he was wonderful to work with, and it was just always a joy to be on the same show with him. He is just great. He was on your level no matter who he was talking to, and what you saw was really what you got. I mean, if you only saw him on TV, and we all know how he came across, that is just the way he was. And he admired and enjoyed and his fans just as much as they did him.
Saturday morning cereal chapters 1 through 15. Fly paper, penny loafers, Lucky Strike green. Movie stars on Dixie Cup tops, neighbors to your knee. Oh, do you remember these? William Rand, the lemonade stand, taking your tonsils out. Gillian Byrne and the way she turned, and 4 foul balls you're out. Charles Atlas, Roy Rogers, horse, and Billy Luciano those. Ah, just we remember those. Friday night, TV lights and Hayloft Hoedown shows. Chicken in the bread stand, clap your hands, like a ragged rambling rose. fiddles ringing, everybody singing, you had to tap your toes. Ah, do you remember those?
Tiny Cromwell, take on the average, remember back that far. Bernie Smith, standing there with his electrified.
When we had troops in the Dominican Republic in the 60s, we were contacted, the station was contacted about sending a show over. And so Randy and Tiny Thomel, that played piano and accordion, and Bobby Lewis was a young country singer from Hodgensville, Kentucky, and Joanne Hale, and we all went and did did shows for the troops, and they were wonderful. I mean, it was we did them just out in the boonies, you know. We didn't know where we were going, you know. Sometimes our microphones were taped on a broom handle with masking tape, but as soon as, I mean, it was so wonderful because just the fact that you were there. But then when someone came out, Randy Atcher, and you could not believe how many these young men stood up and yelled, "Randy, T-Bar V, I was on T-Bar V." You know, it just everywhere, you know, we went, someone there remembered Randy, and a lot of us too, but mostly from T-Bar V. He just made such an impact on the lives of so many young people. That was in the wonderful days when there was still a lot of innocence in the world, and I think he was just really respected for that.
Nobody wanted to ever see it end, and I know it was hard on him. Yeah, he would like to have, we would all like to have kept that on the air forever and ever, and you know, it lives in everyone's memory, and people reminisce and can go back in time to those good days. You know, that's something we all keep with us.
I think he loved so much what he was doing, and he genuinely cared for people. And I think he realized that he had a special talent that he could share with the people, and I think they felt that closeness. And he remembered where he came from.
It never went to his head.
No, never. Never. One of the most humble human beings I've ever met. And he certainly had enough attention that it could have gone the other way.
What was so great about him, every time Judy and I would have a little singing personal appearance somewhere, usually promoting the Crusades coming up, Randy and Betty, his wife, would always be there to cheer us on, you know, even until just this past year. They came to the comedy club where we were performing to, you know, it was a special appearance for people to come and donate, you know, for Crusade. And there he was. We'd look out there, and of course we would always invite him to come up. They'd put the spotlight on him, and he just loved doing that. We were so glad he was able to do it just this past May. Randy was just always had a smile for everybody, and you could tell by his work that he thoroughly enjoyed it. He enjoyed everything he did, and he did so much in the community, even until now. You know, he was so active in so many things. He was still reading for the blind, I think, and doing a lot of worthwhile causes out there. A truly gentle man. He truly was. He was everything you thought maybe he might be. He really was.
Judy and Joanne, Sherry and Mary Ann, Shirley and Janie sang. Twins and sisters, sons and misters, part of the Hayloft gang. Bobby's flute and a cowboy suit, it's hard to make this right. We'll try just one more time. Thanks to the Statler brothers for this song I remember when the Hayloft Hoedown was our favorite. Here we are again. Knock, knock. Who's there? Dewey. Dewey, who? Dewey. Remember way back then? Yes, we do. Do we remember then?
I had a birthday in August, and the phone rang, and nice deep voice says, "Judy?" "Yes." He said, "Happy, happy birthday. May all your dreams come true." I just lost it. You know, I thought, I couldn't believe, you know, as ill as he was, that he still remembered that it was my birthday and picked up the phone to call and share that with me. And just, I told him later when I went to visit him, I said, you don't know how you blessed my heart that day. It's a wonderful memory I'll always keep. He's special.
The time has come to say good night, good night, good night. But we'll be here next weekend. Until then, good night. Now it's time to say good night, good night, good